Hello everyone, today I'm going to be talking about how to get layers on medium length hair. Now this is a very popular haircut and I've done hundreds upon hundreds of these haircuts. This is my signature $300 haircut. Yes, I'm retired from clients now, but if I were to start taking clients again, I would be charging $300 for this haircut. Some of you may think that's crazy. However, I think I'm worth it. And so are you if you can achieve beautiful haircuts like this and execute them. So what I'm going to be telling you is, if you're a professional, then you're going to find this helpful. If you're someone who's trying to attempt to cut hair at home yourself, you can watch. I have dozens upon dozens. I actually did this haircut here on YouTube. Just type in the Salon Guy medium length layered haircut and you'll probably come across this haircut. But what I do want to do is go over a couple of things, update, this type of style and layering, and help you have a better understanding of what needs to happen. Because I think a lot of times, especially if you're a client watching this, the biggest challenge that I've seen from you as clients is getting a very balanced haircut. And let me know in the comments below, do you ever get a haircut and it's just not laying properly? You run your hands through your hair and it's just doesn't have that flow. It doesn't have that real nice, soft, feathered look with the layers. Something seems unbalanced. One side's laying differently. There's so many things that could go wrong with layers. But the one thing I'll tell you, the majority of people who came to me for the first time, because from watching my videos and stuff like that, and I would analyze their hair, I would literally, and I'm going to do this for you right now, what I would do is I would hold their hair up, because during my consultation, what I like to do is just comb through the hair to analyze it, and I would do this with the hair dry. And what I want you to do at home, if you're watching this, is go through your hair and analyze it yourself while it's dry. Because while the hair is dry, you're able to see how things are falling in the best possible way. So what I would do is I would just comb the hair, I would run my fingers through it, and I would start to kind of feel for troubled areas, right? I would start troubleshooting is what I like to call it, right? I'd start going like this. And I'm starting to pull my fingers through the hair. There may be some knots in this, I apologize. There may be some knots, but if I'm running my fingers through it, and what I'm looking for, obviously, I cut this so it's in good shape, but I'm looking for unbalanced areas in the haircut. I'm literally troubleshooting and I'm going, oh, okay, so while I'm doing this, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I see where it's unbalanced. Oh, I see why the hair is not laying properly. Oh, I see why she's having a hard time, and all that kind of stuff. So if you're able to do that with your own hair at home, right? A lot of you are like, how do I cut hair at home? Or how do I do my own layers? Or my hairstylist can't do a good haircut on me and this and that. I can't find somebody. The first thing is, like I said, is to analyze what the heck is going on with your hair just by doing this. And if you're pulling your hair back and you feel like, oh, why does this hair is one side, see how this may drop out and you're still holding hair? That's going to be a really good indicator that the hair is unbalanced, very uneven. So if you want to be even Steven, you need to make sure there's a couple of things going on. Now, the first thing that I do when I do this type of haircut is I always establish the length first. All right, so I establish the length first, and I find that perfect medium length. So we're talking about medium length, which typically is, to me, just past the neck down through here, right above the shoulders, even a little shorter than that. That's a true medium length haircut, something very similar to this. Then I have to determine how short do I want to go with the layers. And that simply means, how short do I want to go with these front pieces in through here? Where do I want the layering to start? What that means is, when I bring this back, right, or if the hair falls in the face like this, where is that angle going to start taking shape? So it's going to be right in this area, right throughout the side here. And that's where I cut the fringe area or the outline, and I create my outline first by going shorter to longer. I'm always going shorter to longer with my layers, especially if somebody wants that really beautiful kind of layered soft flow like this. They want to have some beautiful movement to the hair, and you can see when I brush it back, wherever these layers are falling, like right in here, that's because I cut my angle starting here. And everything flows down, going shorter to longer, which is pretty much like a rounded shape. All right. Now, after I have the outline completed, Then I'll think to myself, well, if I cut the layers this long out here, right, if the layers are, when I pull it straight out from the head, if it's going to be pulled out this far, then I need to somehow match this up. Okay, if it's pulled out this far, the layers, I need to match this up with the entire head. And how do I go about doing that? Well, I do a technique called layering, which is what we're talking about. Okay, so layering is a technique that's designed to remove weight. And you can see what's happening. It's going shorter to longer. Okay, and it's going shorter to longer. I'll bring this down even more so you can see even better here with the layers. It's going shorter to longer, so everything is traveling, going this way. Okay, it's following the head shape, and it's going, basically I cut this where the hair grows, or how the hair grows from the head, which is straight out. Not up, but out. Hair doesn't grow straight up. It grows kind of straight up in some parts, but then it follows a head shape going around and out. So always think about cutting the hair out from how it grows. Now, what I like to do for my first sections in the back, and again, I have dozens upon dozens of videos, but I want to break this down a little bit of a different way. What I like to do is I will take, and this is where the hair, when the hair is wet. I always do my haircuts when the hair is wet. I'll take my first section right in the back, and this is going to be a really, really important section because this is where the entire haircut is going to stem from, right? Let me just lower this a little bit. It's going to stem from this piece right here. However short you cut this will basically predetermine how long everything is going to be and blend into this. Remember, this is the front. So the front, you have, let's turn the head this way. The front, you have all of this to blend into the back. So if you go too short, the worst thing you can do is have this a lot longer and this be too short. That's an absolute botch job. It's a disaster. You don't ever want that. If anything, it's always safer to leave this slightly longer, and then it's the same thing. Where do you want these layers to fall in the back? Now, you as a client, you know what you want. You know where you want to see that movement, right? And that bounce and that flow through here. It's got to have a nice balance and a nice shape to it. So I always like to have, for these types of haircuts, the layering kind of come down to here and start about right here. So I'll take my first section in the middle, then I'll go kind of side panels on the left and panels on the right. And I'll take one section and then cut it straight up to that. Then I'll take a second section right under that, only 2 sections on each side, depending on how thick your hair is, and I'll bring all this straight up and I'll cut it to that guide. I'll put this over here, then I'll go on the right side of the head, and I'll do the same thing. Pull it up and cut, one more section underneath, and pull it up and cut. And then what's gonna happen is in this back section right here, you're gonna have a perfectly even Steven haircut. You're gonna have perfectly even layers through all of this. Now, what I do then is I keep in the back, right? I keep the haircut in the back here, and I'll start to then pull everything straight out from the head, okay, this way. Now, one thing I do want to make clear is I have a full in-depth haircut tutorial, which is a paid course where I literally create this haircut. It's called my $300 signature haircut. If you go to TheSalonGuy.com and you scroll down a little bit, you'll see all of my online courses. This is basically a step-by-step full tutorial, no ads, no commercials, nothing. A full, it's like an hour-long breakdown of me doing this type of haircut, and it's only like $60. So if you want to cut hair on someone in your household, $60. It's going to give you a lifetime of haircuts. Or if you're a professional and you want to learn how to do a haircut like this and charge big money for a haircut like this, it's $60. That's like lunch and dinner for a lot of people in like one day. The return on that investment is insane because you can charge $100, $150 for this type of haircut. So then what I do, again, TheSalonGuy.com, that's my main website, and just scroll down and you see the courses, click the link, and it'll take you to all my courses that I have. So then I pull everything out. Now, the key part to this whole thing, this is like the most important part of all this, is connecting This is where a lot of people go wrong, connecting the back to the top. This part right here, this is where the happy couple meets and they live happily ever after, all right? What I do is I know we cut this horizontally, straight up. Now I'm gonna cut this vertically. So I'm gonna take a section from that one section I cut, the first one we did right here. Then I'm gonna take this and I'm going to cut vertically all just in this area here. I call it like the mohawk section, right down the middle. And what you're doing is you're connecting the top back to the actual top going towards the face. Once you have that done, then I'm able to go horizontally now throughout the entire top of the head and towards the front. Okay, so it makes it very, very even. Even Steven we're going for. You can see the guide from underneath and work all the way to the front. The next part of the haircut is the corners. So we have the top, right here, the top, the corners, and the sides. Okay, top, corners. The corners is where the hair rounds out on your head, right in through here. Okay, top, corner, where that round is, and then the sides are down and through here. Now, to me, in my experience, I've done this hundreds of times, the true sides are down in through the bottom, right? The true sides of the hair are down here. This is the side, right? This is the side of your head. From like here to here, this area is the side. So blend it, blend it, blend it, connect it, and then once you're done with all that, what I like to do is bring everything right down the middle, and I'll do it vertically. So I'll bring everything up from the sides to this one point in through here. Now, this is an amazing technique because this will tell you if something is off. So we're gonna bring these, and start section by section. I'll just bring everything up in one shot. But if I go like this and I look and I see pieces that are a lot longer, I just cut those because something went wrong during the haircut. It shouldn't have if you follow this format. That's what makes this kind of foolproof. Like once you have this down, your haircuts will be like even Steven all the time, right? And you have to perfect it. But I bring everything to this point and I work the sides all the way here so it shows that everything's balanced. And then before I start styling it, I will take my hands and I'll run my fingers through it and check for the balance, right? I'm checking for the balance. I'm making sure everything's flowing. Then it's the blow dry. Now I do have my own product line, obviously. I have my own hair tools. I have my own blow dryer, my amazing round brushes. I have ceramic ionic round brushes, which are my own custom brushes, which I'm super excited about. And those are the brushes that I use. I have a 2.5 inch or a 2 inch. I would totally use the 2.5 inch barrel because that's the larger one and that's perfect for medium length hairstyles. And then I have my products like 25 spray, which is an essential pre-styler, and then Tidal Wave, depending on if you want a little bit of hold or volume, which is right there. And then Sleek Serum is my smoothing serum, which is, you can put a little bit on when the hair is damp. It's gonna help smooth the hair out, just a little bit, not a lot. And I blow dry everything forward, just like I cut it. Everything forward towards the face. Then I blow the hair back here, flip it up, and then when I'm done, and what you can do, this is what I call the money shot right here, is where you rake everything back like this, right? You rake everything back off the face, and then you bring the client's head forward like this, and there it is. There we've got the volume, we've got the texture, we've got the awesome flow with the layers, right? And then you can finish it off with a little bit of hairspray. This is my Locked Excel hairspray, and it'll hold right in place there, beautiful. And you can see how the layers are flowing in, right? Very, very nice. You can even tuck the hair behind the ear. Look how beautiful that is. And if I brush this back, I'm just gonna show you, if you're looking for that like winged kind of feathered look, you can see how nice this is because of how I cut this, right? Look how beautiful that all just flows back. Can even get a little bit closer here. Look how beautiful that just flows right back. And yes, this is a big, big, big job haircut. This is a monster haircut right here. $300 is what I would charge for this. And people say, oh my God, it's so expensive. But if you're charging, say, $50 for a woman's haircut, This easily could be a $100 haircut, $150. If you want to scale your haircutting game, you want to make more money, you want to offer better services, education is the way to go. And I'm literally sharing with you my expertise. Okay, like I've learned from amazing people, and that's how I got better. The platform and the opportunity is here. For $60, you can watch my full course and have unlimited access to it and learn how to do this haircut. You know, you can even watch my other YouTube videos, but the course one is the one I suggest because it's a lot more in depth. But I have so much education on these types of haircuts, it's like ridiculous. So if you're in beauty school, if you're a hairstylist who's somewhat new, always want to really learn how to do layers, so you work, you want more of an upscale clientele, right? You work in a higher end area. And it's not just this haircut, but the shapes and what I explained, that really is gonna help elevate your haircutting game to really increase your prices and get better results. This is just for this haircut. These techniques can be applied to all different types of haircuts. So let me know in the comments below if you really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun. I did this all in one take, literally, nonstop talking. And if you want to purchase any of my products and my tools that I suggested, shop.TheSalonGuy.com. That's my online store. And a special gift, you can use code YouTube20. It's 20% off. And here's what I'm going to say about the 20% off. I wish you wouldn't use it. So many people use that discount code because it's such a nice discount code, 20% off. And you also get free shipping too over a certain amount. But there it is for you, 20% off, shop.thesalonguy.com. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.